Tai Woffinden now has a fantastic lead in the World Championship of 20 points. Job done for Woffinden, runner-up on the night, and a brilliant score of 17.
So Tai, here we are. What a situation. I believe at the start of the season you were saying to people, you know, if I can get in the top 8, that will have been a good season. And yet, look at us now, 2 races to go, and you're in the lead by 20 points.
Yeah, it's been a good season for me. You know, I've worked really hard to get to where I am, and yeah, I'm enjoying every minute of it. Like I said, I was looking for a top 8 finish at the start of the season, and then, you know, readjusted my goals to a medal finish, and you know, I still want to get a medal, but you know, I'm sitting the gold medal at the moment, which is the best one. So yeah, just taking every meeting as it comes and every race as it comes, and you know, doing the best I can and seeing how it goes.
Certainly, the opinion that I get is that the British public are very much on your side. You know, they so desperately want another British win. It hasn't happened since 2000. Do you feel that as encouraging, or do you feel, because you've taken yourself off Twitter recently, do you feel that as a little bit too much attention on you?
The reason I took a break from Twitter was just, you know, it was at practice at Krushko. I decided to make the decision to just have a break until Torren, purely because every second tweet was someone was tweeting me saying that I'm world champion already, and you know, 3 rounds to go. That, you know, that's definitely not the case. And still 2 rounds to go. You know, I could have a shocker in Sweden. Jarek can get a max. He got a max in Poland on the weekend, so he's riding good. But you know, it's just I just want to focus on my racing and not worry about anything else at the moment. And you know, ride the next 2 meetings as I have been all year. And if that's enough to become world champion, then it is. And you know, if it isn't, then it isn't.
What does it mean to you?
It means everything. You know, being world champion is, you know, every single speedway rider's goal. You know, long term. You know, the top of the list. And you know, to come in as a wild card and be given the opportunity was amazing. And you know, just took it with both hands. And you know, like I said, in 2010, I wasn't ready for it. And this year I was. And you know, I've done everything I can possibly do to put myself in the situation that I am. So. You know, hopefully it's enough.
Were you surprised when they offered you the wild card?
Not really. I had a pretty decent season last year on the continent and in England. Yeah, so I was a bit. You know, I was wondering when I was going to get another one after my, you know, disappointing performance in 2010. But you know, that's part and parcel of it. And you know, they gave me another shot, and yeah, didn't let it slip this time.
So much has been said about your fitness regime. How much has that been a key to your success?
Yeah, it's been a big key to my success. It's been a lot of hard work and dedication. You know, getting up at stupid o'clock in the morning to train before I get on a flight, or you know, just making time to do it instead of just like waking up and going, I'm going to give it a miss today. You know. Hard work definitely pays off, and I think I've proven that this year. And I think if you went to all the kids that are racing now and said, right, you got to go to the gym, you got to go to the gym every night, you got to get on your push bike and go for a cycle on the road for an hour every day, minimum, before breakfast. They're just going to look at you and laugh and say, you know, go away, like I used to do. You know,
right?
I didn't want to train. You know, I had great opportunities in the past to go train with, you know, good people, and you know, train with other athletes that are doing what I'm doing, you know. And I turned it down because I wasn't ready for it. I didn't want to do it. I wasn't interested. I was interested, but I kind of got so far on my talent that, you know, I kept thinking, oh well, I've got this far on it without doing anything, so I might as well keep going. So
do you feel, are you of the mindset that this is very much a second chance for you then?
Yeah, 100%. You know, going in the World Championship in 2010, when I didn't train, I didn't have fast enough engines, didn't have the right package. You know, it was a massive eye opener. You know, and I haven't really told many people this, but I might as well tell everyone. When I got home after that year, you know, my dad had passed away. I had the worst season of my life, of my career, which has only been very short. I was sat at home in contact with a sports psychologist thinking, you know, I was saying, I'm not interested in going back to Europe to race. Yeah, I don't want to do it. And he made me write down on a piece of paper the pros and cons of both the things. And England had the more pros on it. So I said, right, well, I'll give it another shot, and I'm so happy that I did, you know.
Absolutely.
It would have been a massive shame.
So there are a lot of people that don't know your story. The situation for you was obviously you got into Speedway because of your dad.
I'll go from the start.
Okay.
Dad had me on a bike from when I was this big, motocross bike. We went out to Australia. I was riding motocross at Wanneroo motocross track, just club meetings, racing, and everything was cool. We went to Daniel and Trevor Harding's house. They used to race Speedway, but they're now racing sprint cars back in Australia. And they had a motocross track in their garden.
As you do, naturally.
Me and my dad were riding around because my dad bought a bike to ride with me, and doing all the jumps and whatnot, and just having a bit of a play. And then we went in the workshop and we were prepping the bikes for the next weekend, and there was a couple of Speedway bikes. And I said to Dad, like, I want to have a go on that. He said, well, you have to sell your motocross bike. I went, all right then. So we got rid of the motocross bike and bought one of Daniel's bikes. And then that's where it started. And up until then, because I was only young when we immigrated out, and my dad used to race, I didn't really know that he raced until, you know, we started talking about getting a Speedway bike, and he was like, you know, don't know if I want you to do it, whatever, you know, stick to your motocross. And then he was like, oh no, we'll give it a go. And then I raced at Bribber Lake in Perth for a few years. That track got closed down, and my dad and all the other dads got together and made a club, and they built the Speedway track in next to the junior motocross track in Perth at Wanneroo, and they had busy bees every weekend, and produced this cool little stadium. And then we raced there, and then bought another bike off the Hardings, a 350, and took the step up, bit bigger bike, bit bigger engine, because I was racing on a 125. And then you know, got up to speed on that, and they said, well, you know, I think it's time to go to England, and here we are today.
So your parents decided they would make the move for your career, basically? Yeah,
my parents gave up everything for me, you know. Can't thank them enough. Before my dad passed away, you know, they sold a lot of stuff in Australia, and you know, we lived the first 3 years here in a caravan, like on a proper rough caravan site, you know, with a few dodgy people in there. But loved every minute of it. It was great, and you know, it just makes me appreciate, you know, all the things I have now.
You were very close to your dad.
Yeah, definitely. We were more like best mates, you know. My eyes are filling up now just thinking about it. Yeah, you know, when he got diagnosed with cancer, it was a tough year. You know, he deteriorated pretty fast, and you know, there was nothing we could do about it. It was already too late. He had chemo to stay alive for as long as he could, and yeah, and the day he passed was a sad day, and there's still days now where I, you know, sit in my bedroom and cry. It's a tough thing.
And does your mum follow you very closely? Presumably she does.
Yeah, my mum's really heavily involved, you know. She does a lot of my paperwork and emails and stuff, and yeah, you know, we've got a great relationship, and you know, being really strong, and you know, just trucking on with it all, and yeah, it's a pleasure to have her around.
The race is going to finish, and Tai Woffinden is going to win the Czech Republic Grand Prix. Woffinden is the winner. Woffy!
Aye, brilliant stuff from Tai Woffinden, wins his debut Grand Prix.
May this year for you, was that the month when everything just kind of clicked? Because of course you were confirmed British champion, then you had your first GP victory, I think it was Prague. Was that the kind of month where you just went, all right, now we got something?
Yeah, it was great, you know, because I did my my bike ride from Wolverhampton to Cardiff for Cancer Research UK. I was training very, very hard for that. You know, it was a couple of 6-hour-day rides, so I was putting in, you know, coming up the month before, it was like a 4-hour ride. a 5-hour ride the week after, a 6-hour ride the week after. Okay, I'm ready for my ride. So, yeah, I've gone back to training. That helped me a lot. And, you know, British Championship was an amazing night. I've been so close for a few years, but Bomber and Scott kept pipping me at the post. So, you know, same again, more experience. And then and finally got one under my belt. So I'll be looking to do that for a few more years now. And then the GP win was amazing, first one. You know, I'll never forget that day.
They say that it's always easier to chase than to lead. How does it feel to be leading?
It feels great. I feel exactly the same as when I was chasing Emil. You know, it was good for them 2 Grand Prix when I was catching him, but then in Krushko, I watched Hampel go out for his first race, and I just, you know, rubbed my hands, a little clap, and said, "Right, it's on. You know, this is it. Here we go." And then I got a win, and that's why I was pretty excited after the race, probably more than I have been all season. And then I watched Hampel, and he had a bad one, and you know, I was pumped again, and I had a win. And it's just, I just try to keep everything the same, man. Don't, you know, like I said, it's been working for me, and you know, there's no reason to change it. Just keep going out there and doing my thing.
How important is it for you to finish the next 2 Grand Prix with a podium? Is it points or podium in your head?
Points, you know, I said that before. It's obviously it'll be nice to make the podium, but like I said, I'm going to go to the meeting. I'm going to go to my first race. I'm going to do my best in that, and if I get, see how many points I get, and I'm going to go to the next race, and same, 5 races. Hopefully that's enough to get into the semi, and then I'll do the semi, and then if I get to the final, then I'll do the final. Talk
to me about Torren. It's your kind of on record as being one of your favourite tracks. And if Emil has a blinding comeback and if the points are really close, will the fact that it's one of your favourite spots be an advantage?
Yeah, it'll be nice, but you know, we've got the Swedish Grand Prix to worry about before that. So, like I said, each meeting at a time, each race at a time. So, you know, Torren's not even in my mind yet. It seems ages away. I've got 2 European Championships and a Grand Prix to go before then. So I hope I can finish the season strong, and you know, thanks to all the fans out there for watching, and I hope I can do it for you.